Once upon a time, Allie woke up and yawned. Then she saw a saucer and she thought it was a dog toy, so she told Sweetie to take it out of the room, and she did. There was an alien in the saucer, and the alien felt dizzy and sick. Then Allie went out of the saucer and said, "Get away, you alien dog," to the dog. Then the alien grew while Allie was getting dressed. Sweetie ran to Allie. Allie said, "What, Sweetie? What is it, girl?" But the dog kept on barking and pointing to the door. Then Allie said, "Oh, you want to go outside? Okay, let's go." Then Sweetie slapped her face and ran out the door to the dog playroom. Then she pointed to her toy box, but then the alien shrank and Allie said, "I thought I told you to put that away." Then Sweetie whimpered. Allie made her hair beautiful. She told Sweetie to get ready too, so she did. Sweetie had a couple of bows in her hair, and Allie had a ponytail in. When they were done, the alien grew and grew like a plant. Then Allie screamed, "Ah!" The alien even grew off the page. Then Sweetie whimpered. The alien made a large hole in the wall when it left. The more the alien ate, the more it grew. The alien crushed and smashed the town. Then the alien growled, "Grr!" Everyone screamed, "Ah!" But no one knew that Sweetie and Allie's real names are really Addie Feek and Sweetette, and no one knew that Allie and Sweetie are really heroes. Then when the alien didn't see it coming, Allie Feek and Sweetette flew to the alien and then shouted to the people and said, "She's just a baby." Then she put a big binky in her mouth. Then they lived happily ever after. The end. First the cat saw a bird. "What is that?" the cat said. The mom said, "It's a bird." "Oh, I should know that," said the cat. "What is that?" The cat said, "It's a tree." "Oh, I should know that too." The cat said, "It keep going on for 3 hours. For a while, finally they were home, but the cat said, "What is that?" "It's our house." "Oh, I should know that," the cat said. So asleep for 3 hours. Mom was tired too, so sleep, but the cat woke up and said, "Where am I?" "You are at your house, for Pete's sake," said the mom.
When Freddie woke up, he went downstairs to eat a muffin. As soon as Freddie was done, he got his stuff to go to work. Then he got in his car and started driving down the road. Finally, he got to work. When Freddie got inside the building, his boss called him over to his desk, and he said, "Freddie, I'm giving you a raise." Freddie was so excited. Then his boss said, "Go take a vacation and spend your money wisely." When Freddie got home, he called his mom and told her that he got a raise. His mom was so happy. Freddie's mom said, "Congratulations." He told his mom that he was going to spend his money on something he really wanted. Freddie's mom hung up her phone, and Freddie was trying to find out what he wanted to buy. Freddie thought, "How about I drive around the lot to see what I can find?" After that, Freddie got in his car and started driving down the road. Freddie was driving, and he caught his eye on something. What Freddie saw was a 1953 Dodge Challenger. Freddie said to himself, "I've got enough money to buy that car." So Freddie drove up to the car and took a closer look. When Freddie was done looking at the car, he went inside the building to talk to the guy that owned the dealership. Freddie said to the guy that he was interested in the 1953 Dodge Challenger. The guy who owned it said, "Okay, are you going to buy it?" Freddie said, "Yes, okay, I need $35,453, the guy said. Finally, Freddie got in the car and took it for a spin. After Freddie was done with that, he went to his mother's house to show her what he bought with his money. As soon as he got there, Freddie walked in and he said, "Mom, I have something to show you outside. Come on." After they walked out the door, Freddie's mom was amazed. She said, "Wow, Freddie, I didn't know you had enough money to buy a Dodge Challenger." Then Freddie took his mom for a ride around the block. Freddie's mom really liked the way it looked inside. She said, "Freddie, this is so cool that I think I could ride in this every day." When Freddie was done taking his mom for a ride, they went inside the house for lunch. Freddie and his mom were making pork chops and mashed potatoes. When they were done making it, they got plates and sat down and enjoyed an awesome lunch. After they were done with that, Freddie went home, packed his bags, and went on a wonderful vacation. The end.
We found Miracle, and we might have over-exaggerated about the whole thing, but we love Miracle, and we look out for her. That's what family is for. It was so weird, she said. My sister and I were playing a game, and in the game my doll was a thief. She had to stop to take a breath. She had stolen a precious gem. Then I interrupted her and said, "Let me guess, she really did go missing." And of course she said, "Yes. How did you know?" I searched for 5 minutes and found a trail of cake crumbs and frosting. I followed the trail for an hour, and I finally figured out who it was. It was my favorite YouTuber, Stampy Longnose. Since I'm only a detective, I could not put him in jail. He called the police, and they put him in jail. I probably should have given him a warning first, though, because now he can't make videos.
One summer day, a group of kids were playing on the swings, and I said, "I wonder if something's wrong in school." Then Eleanor spoke up, "Oh, brother, she's going crazy again. Call the nurse." Wait, pause the story, because I did not go crazy. Plus, we fell in the hole because of Ava. She is the one that did it.
Once upon a time there was a lonely moose called Bruce. He was lonely. He wished he had friends. He also didn't know why he didn't have friends. One day he saw a mouse. The mouse lived in a very small house. Moose knocked on the door and said, "Let me in." The mouse said no, because you didn't ask nicely. "How do you ask nicely?" asked Moose. The mouse opened the door. "You look grumpy today," said Mouse. "I always look like this," said Moose. "Will you be my friend?" asked Moose. "Maybe," said Mouse. So they finally were nice to each other and lived happily ever after. One day there was a girl named Ashley, and she was up in her room, and just at that moment she was thinking about being a gymnast. So she went down the stairs and went in the kitchen, and she told her mom, "Hey Mom, can I talk to you for a second?" "Sure," her mom said. Then they sat down, and Ashley said, "Well Mom, I was up in my room and it came to me that I wanted to be a gymnast, and I don't know if that is right for me, and I don't know if I could try out." "Well, I think you should," her mom said. "I'll go check it out." Then Ashley quickly ran off as fast as she could into her room. She grabbed her iPod and looked it up. She found on there that she could go to Husky's Gymnastics, and it doesn't cost that much money. So then she grabbed her coat and let her mom drive her to the Husky's Gymnastics gym.
TJ and DJ are twins. They both are 15 years old, and TJ and DJ play football. TJ said, "I should be the star quarterback, not you." Minecraft is a game made of blocks. Me and Amaya were building roller coasters. I was teen girl and Amaya was teen boy. I made tracks like a trains. Then me and Amaya tested them out. Hers was crazy. She said mine was lame. She had a point. It was lame. Then I wanted to get a horse. I got a horse spawn egg.
I spawned a white one for Maya and a black one for me. I put gold armor on mine. He's a boy. Maya put diamond armor on hers. She's a girl. We tamed them. I got a golden apple. We bred them. We got a baby horse. That was the story of the day I played Minecraft with Maya. The end.
There is a guinea pig who lives in the jungle. He rides on zip lines, then he goes and enters a dirt bike race, and he won. Then he goes cliff diving, then he went in his plane for a ride. Then an army of mice attacked him, so he said, "Ah!" Then he had to jump out of the plane. He landed in a person's house, and the person said, "Ah, what are you?" "A guinea pig." "What else would I be?" "A dinosaur." Then the guinea pig said, "Why am I wet?" The person said, "You fell in the toilet." The end.
Hi, how are you doing today? Said Jill. Good, said Unicorn. That's good, said Jill. So, said Unicorn. So what? Said Jill. I have to go. Said Unicorn. I am going to the mall, said Unicorn. Okay, but I want to come, said Jill. We're here, yeah, I love the mall, said Jill. Okay, let's go and find what we need, said Jill. Let's go in, said Unicorn. Grab a cart, said Jill. Okay, said Unicorn. I will push it, said Jill. Look, there's a jump rope, and it's a green and blue jump rope, said Unicorn. Look, a jump rope that is green and pink, said Jill. You can buy that one for me, said Unicorn. Yeah, and you can buy that one for me, said Jill. Yeah, said Unicorn. Well, it is almost dark, so I will buy you that, and you have to buy that one for me, said Jill. Okay, but you have to buy that one for me before it gets dark, said Unicorn. Well, let's go to the counter. And before we go to the counter, let's go get the jump ropes before we go get the jump ropes. Before we go to the counter, said Jill. Okay, said Unicorn. We're at the counter now, said Jill. Okay, let's buy these jump ropes and get out of here, said Unicorn. Put the cart back now, said Jill. Okay, now let's go home. I can't believe we got $10, said Unicorn. Do you see that blue and green house? Jill, yes, that is a wonderful house, said Unicorn. Yeah, that's my house, said Jill. Yep, I have to go home sometime, okay, said Unicorn. Okay, said Jill. Bye, said Unicorn. Bye, said Jill. The end. I'm sorry. I'm just nervous around people I never met before, and it happens a lot. Trust me. I did it with every person I'd never met before, so I'm really, really sorry. In February 2010, a little girl was born. Unlike any child, she had powers. 2 powers. One power was to be stunning, and one was to go to the future. And already she goes to the future at the age of 5, but then she goes on to the age of 21. She became a stunning superstar. People called her Stunning Stacy. She sang and danced until one day she got fired for singing the wrong song. From this day on, we called her Clara the Clown. She did become funny and told many funny jokes, and did prank calls like this one. Old man, what do you want? And Clara the Clown said, Hey Poppy, it's nearly a fresh wound. She dialed a random number on the phone. She realized it was an old man. Then she went to the future again. Apparently, she died and now she is living a good life in heaven.
Once upon a time, there was 3 girls, and their names were Sandra, Elizabeth, and Kylie. They went out to the woods, adventuring. They had a feeling. It was a weird feeling. Then they heard nothing. Then they saw it. Every animal that they saw on the way in was gone. They looked around. They saw a snout, a brown snout to be exact. They said hello in a scared voice. They were shaking so much that they could barely move. The snout kept coming out of the bush. It was a grizzly bear. They screamed and screamed. So did the grizzly. The grizzly said, Sorry to frighten you. It's just that I have a splinter in my foot. The girls said, We'll be right back. They got Sandra's mom and told her to get the first aid kit and tweezers. The mom asked why. The kids said, You'll see. The mom saw the bear. The bear said, Can you help me get this splinter out of my foot? The mom says, Yes. And how did this happen? I was walking and I stepped in a thorn bush. The splinter was out. They lived happily ever after. The end. Allie the Creeper. She is green, has 4 legs, and she was the only one of her kind. But there was one problem. She exploded. One day in the desert, Allie walked up to a girl and said, Hi, nice to meet you. She said happily, but sadly the girl ran away and said, Get away from me, but I just want to be friends, she said. So Allie went home. She was alone, but she was special. She ate bombs and TNT for dinner and said, I am going to make friends. She went in the morning and found something special. Allie said, There's another creeper, she said to herself. She walked up to the creeper and said, You want to be friends? Yes, Mattey the boy creeper said. They were friends for 3 years, then got married, and they lived happily ever after.
Who are you? I don't know who you are at all. I've been looking for a best friend. So, will you be my best friend? Wayne said, Are you from the moon? Said, I am from Mars. Would you like bathrooms? Yes, bathrooms are the best, said Wayne said. Let's go to the bathroom. Wayne said, I'll meet you there. Wayne said, Okay. Said, but one problem, where's the bathroom?
Yes.
It is in the hotel. How
They raised.
Don't tweet at me. But that
Boss said,
bit, Hunter said, Goodbye.
Wisely.
Goodbye, Hunter said. One night on the boat, I heard something. It sounded like it was coming from the shore. Everyone was downstairs in the cabin, so everyone was sleeping. So I went to my room and got my goggles and swimsuit on. I quietly sneaked onto the deck and slipped into the water. When I got on shore, I heard the noise again. It sounded like a person. I looked around the arena and the woods. There was a cave with a sign that said, Beware of the monster. I said, I heard that before. So I went inside. I saw a lizard with beach clothes on with sunglasses. He finally saw me and he said, Who are you? I asked him, Who are you? He said, I'm Skull. Just because I'm a talking lizard, people think I'm scary. I said, Oh, I came from that boat over there. So I said, Come on, and we dashed to the arena. We hopped on the boat and woke everyone.
First Gabe woke up, then Mom, then Gram, then Pap. My Gram came out with a bat and hit Skulls till he fell off the bed. She screamed, "What was that?" I said, "What's wrong with you? You don't just hit someone you don't know." Then he climbed up the ladder and pushed my Gram in the water. "What's wrong with you? You don't push old ladies in the water." Then I took him back to his cave then.
One day I called my friends Peyton, Jesse, Cole, Dylan, Caden, and said, "Hey guys, you want to ride bike with me?" Me and my friends were riding bike in the park. Caden hit a big rock. It flew forward and hit the back wheel of my bike. Cole, Dylan, Peyton, and Jesse looked back to see what had happened. Cole and Dylan hit each other, then Jesse and Peyton hit a tree. The boys and I yelled, "Ouch!" Jesse and Peyton had big bumps on their heads. Me, Dylan, Cole, and Caden were scraped up. We went back to the house to get healed up. There we watched the movie Grown-Ups 2. Then we ate mountain pies and hot dogs over the fire. Then we were outside until 12 a.m. We put out the fire and went to sleep outside in our sleeping bag. The next morning we woke up and ate breakfast. We got on our bikes and rode to my friend's house to drop them.
One sunny day, I was walking to the mall, and suddenly I heard a fight. I turned around and I saw him. He was a bully, and he was taking people in a dark alley. I looked around the corner, and you'll never guess. He was taking people's money. They are walking out of the alley, but luckily they didn't see me. Then I had to run 25 miles to get to the police office and said, "Police, police, there is a bully." The police said, "So there is a bully. We'll take care of it." So the police put me in the police car and we passed Walnut Street, and there he was. I said, "There he is." We had to turn around and race after him. He pulled over, and I and the police got him. Thank you for reading.
Little boys named Tim and Adam were playing in bed. One fell off the bed. "Ouch," Tim said. Adam heard a thump outside. "What's that noise?" Tim also said, "What's that noise?" Then they took their pit bull just to be safe. The pit bull's name was Lovato. Lovato sniffed until he found his destination. They were at the shed. "This is scary," Tim said. "Yeah, you think?" Adam said as his skin turned as white as a ghost. The shed had a huge chain on it, so they had Lovato dig under the shed. He was scared. Lovato's paws were tired, so he just went back home. The aliens were so scared, so they were up on the roof. So they went through a little hole and came face to face with Tim.
"I am a zombie. I am a chicken. Wait right here," said Zombie. Then Zombie went somewhere. Chicken followed him. Chicken got around Zombie without seeing him. Then Zombie came back with more zombies to get Chicken. Chicken threw a bomb in front of them to see what it was. Then they all got around it and it blew up. Then there was one zombie that did not go. The last zombie walked up to the hole and Chicken walked up behind him and pushed him in. That is why you don't ever mess with a chicken. One day when Richard woke up, he heard delivery man Bob at the door. "Morning, Bob," said Richard. "Hello, did you order a portal gun?" said Bob. "No, but I'll order one," said Richard. The next day Bob came back with a pocket gun. "Well, it's big for something that has the word pocket in it," said Richard. "I agree, but I didn't name it," said Bob. When Bob went back to the post office, Richard tried the portal gun out, and it worked. He shot a portal at home and one at school, and he jumped straight through it. He was amazed and didn't believe it either. "Whoa," he said. He hid it from his parents. He thought they might take it or break it. He couldn't think of anywhere to put it, so he gave it to his friend for the night. Next morning he got it back. The day after next, Bob came back and said that his boss said that he shouldn't have sold that, and he didn't get it back, he'd be fired. Richard said he would get it back from his friend, but when he went to his friend's house, it was gone. There was a note that said he would be back by tomorrow. Richard was very worried that his friend might come back too late or never. When his friend got back around 1 o'clock, he took it back to the post office and gave it to Bob's co-worker, and he gave it to Bob over the night. But Richard still wonders what other things could he have done with the gun, and where did his friend go?
Oh, Mouse, I guess I can't come down this aisle. I'll just go home the long way. Sigh. How long I've been waiting for a surprise party for you, Cat. Oh, thank you, Mouse. But we are still enemies, right? No. Okay, then let's go skydiving. Here's your visit. Thanks, Cat. Once upon a time, there was a bored little owl. His name was Jake. Jake asked Peyton the rabbit, "Want to play?" He asked, "Sure," he replied. Peyton said, "Come on then, lazy bones." So they went outside and had a football game. Mac the turtle asked, "Hey, can me and my friend Pete the deer play?" And then they played until lunch. They all had sandwiches, and everyone went home.
Once upon a time, there was a boy who had a sister named Haley. Haley was 3 years old, and she had a brother named Andrew. He is much older than his sister. Andrew is 12 years old. One day, they both went outside, and Andrew said, "Ain't it a beautiful day?" he said, and Haley replied, "If you say so."
Allie and Kelly are twin sisters. They got along well until one day they got in a fight. "That's mine," said Kelly. That fight lasted for 4 days. "I'm not talking to you," said Allie. "I'm not talking to you either," said Kelly. One day they went to the swimming pool. "I'm jumping in first," said Allie. "No, I'm jumping in first," said Kelly. They never got along until the fight was over. After the first day, they started to argue. Their mom told them to stop, but they didn't listen. They didn't even look at each other. They shared a bedroom. "I'm not sleeping in the same room as you," said Kelly. "I'm not sleeping in the same room as you either," said Allie. The next day, they started to get along again. "I'm sorry," said Allie. "I'm sorry too," said Kelly. The end.